Yo, 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 what's good, fellas? It's your boy Queen City G. We back with the season 3 recap for Who Wants to Smoke Online Dynasty. We got 3 seasons in on College Football 25, which was pretty dope. Had we gone to 2 games a week that first season, we probably could have got 4 in. But we ended up, having enough people to maintain a 32 team dynasty, man. So shout out to everybody that played with us. I know everybody's looking forward to 26 coming out. For early release, you'll get that on Monday, July 7th. I'll be on pronto as soon as it dropped, just like I was with 25. Um, yeah, it's a lot of good stuff out about 26, man. Some deep dives, some videos. They address a lot of the issues. We'll kind of talk about that at the end. But let's jump right into it, man. Let's looking at our playoff bracket, man. This probably had some of the best playoff games we've had, man. Um, and it's just a tribute to everybody getting better, man. We had some new dudes hop into the league um, that went far into the playoffs, man. Which is really dope, man. And we had some current players just get better. I think everybody got better. I know we did the B League thing, but then a lot of people that were in the B League dropped out, and we picked up people that were good players, or people transferred into the big league to the B League with another team, and it worked out. I mean, it is what it is, and I think everybody, will get a little better as we move forward um, into 26, man. Just getting used to how the game run. But in the first round of the playoffs, we had a lot of computer teams. That's how it goes sometimes. You don't have enough people. What up, Chris? Chris, salute, man. My Full Blast Tribe people. Yo, what up, Chris? He's down with Full Blast Fanatics, man. So, yo, Chris, we doing just a little recap. We did 3 seasons of college football, man. 32 team dynasty. So just wrapping up this third season before we go into 26, bro. Good to hear from you, man. Hope all is well. Um, Texas, shout out to Darius for winning the ACC. Shout out to Darius with Texas. Um, he got the fourth win against Washington. And then Ole Miss and Oregon. Jonah, blank Nick, that kind of shocked me, man. Shout out to Nick, though. Nick made the playoffs, I want to say, all 3 seasons, dog. It's a couple of people that's made the playoffs all 3 seasons, man. Obviously Jonah, obviously Carson, um, and Nick. I think if I'm missing anybody, let me know, man. Who else made it all 3 years? I know Keith, our champion this year with Ohio State, didn't play with us the first year. Um, and then shout out to Declan with Vanderbilt. He got the fourth win versus Houston, and then he had to actually play Arizona to get the win to go against Keith. And then Jeremy got the fourth win versus Texas Tech. And then that's when we got to some barn burner games, man. The Texas A&M game was really good, 28-21. Ole Miss and Auburn, bro. We had 2-point conversions picked off and ran back. Like, let me see, man. Let's look at some of these box scores. So yeah, look at that, man. It was just dead even, man. One touchdown late for Texas A&M. What's the difference, man? So shout out to Andres, man, who joined us late with Texas A&M. Um, Really good player, man. Glad to pick up, good players, dog. But all of the playoff games were so good, dog. Like, bro, like instant classics. I was wanting people to put them up on YouTube or something, man. And then the Ole Miss Auburn joint, the overtime joint, man. 2-point conversion is the difference. I mean, 15-13 in overtime, they got to the point where you had to go for two, dog. I mean, you just look at the stats, 21-20 in first downs. Passing yards 250 to 362. Uh, you know, the 2 point conversions, that was the difference. 1 for 1 and 0 for 1. Just good football, dog. And then the Florida joint, yo. So Declan handling his business against Computer. Um, they made a late push, but he held them off to advance. Then this game right here, bro. So Florida got a Hail Mary, bro, to force overtime. If you saw the Washington Commanders game with Jaden Daniels, I think it was against Chicago. Yeah, it was against Chicago. Because the corner from Chicago was talking junk before the play, you know, messing with the crowd. And they threw a deep ball. About four people jumped and batted up and received a wide open in the end zone. That's exactly how Florida scored, dog. And then he immediately went for two to try to go for the win, 36-35, and threw an interception, and Keith ran it back for the 2 point conversion, dog. Just a classic, man. Shout out to Jeremy. Shout out to Keith. Um, and then Texas A&M Andres versus Jonah in the semis. Really good game. Went to overtime. Ole Miss got to 8 um, to win the game, 29-21. Another great game. Um, Jonah with 321 passing. Andres with 174 on the ground. Jonah had 145 on the ground too. Both efficient on third down. Just good ball, man. Like that's what you want to see in the league when your championship come up. Like really good players going at it, dog. Um, then there was this one. Keith was just on one on Vanderbilt right there. I mean, Declan might have been a little bit outmatched roster wise, but Declan worked Vanderbilt, dog. He worked them from the first season to making it one game away, man, from the championship. That's growth for sure. Um, but ultimately, Keith got the dub on that one, 45 nothing. And then the championship game was a classic too. It was really close um, until the end. I think Keith scored like 2 touchdowns late to kind of pull away. But it was a close game for most of the game. So shout out to Keith, man, getting the dub. Dylan Edwards, bro, the Heisman winner, went for 202 and 2 touchdowns, and he had 2 touchdowns receiving. So he was a Heisman winner for the season out of the portal. So shout out to Alvis. I talked to Alvis the other day. I told him Keith won back to back with his squad. Alvis had to drop out when we went to 2 games a week. A lot of people, man, that started with us, schedule wise, life wise, it's all good. I understand that. Um, couldn't quite do the 2 games a week, but he was happy to see that Keith picked the torch up and got it done. Shout out to Sean, my boy Sean Sneed, man, who also had to drop out due to his work schedule. Actually turned us on to Keith. And Keith jumped in, man, and won back-to-back championships. Jonah won it the first year. And again, shout out to Nick and Carson for making the playoffs every year of the league, dog. If I'm missing anybody, man, that made the playoffs, Jeremy, I think Jeremy he might have made it more than once. But I'm trying to think all 3 years. I'm not really sure. But that was a dope season, man. So Ohio State took it back to back, going into College 26. Let's look at the final top 25. So obviously Ohio State and Ole Miss finished 1-2. Carson finished third. Declan finished fourth. Nick came in at 6. Jeremy at 7. Adrian at 11, yo, man. Adrian was hot toward the end of the season, boy. I think he had one loss in the regular season, or Texas A&M made a one and kind of knocked him out. He needed Texas A&M to lose to get in, but like Bro, he was hot coming down the stretch. I don't think too many people wanted to see him get in. So he finished at 11. Andreas finished at 13. And let's see. Uh, that's his junior, West Virginia at 21. Shout out to Shelley, took over Arkansas, finished at 22. And Hez finished 25th with Missouri. Asian, I see what Dion said. We coming. Asian was hot coming down the stretch. Ron was hot. Rondo was hot too with Clemson coming down the stretch. Um, but I mean, we had what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 human players make the top 25. Um, it's the same in the coaches poll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh yeah, Rondo made the top 25 in the coaches poll. Finished at 24. Heads at 22. So a little higher on the coaches poll. LSU was higher in the coaches poll to finish 10 instead of 11. Word. So let's see. Anybody in the small print down here from our league? Clemson was in the media poll. Uh, no, nobody else was in the small print. All right, so let's look at conference standings. So Darius won the ACC at 10-5, 5-2. Um, let's see. Jay with Michigan finishes 6-8, but 5-2 in the conference. He got hot in the conference. Rondo 8-5, 5-2. Chill Will 5-7, 4-3. SMU 6-7, 3-4. They were computer. I finished 6-7, 3-4. Huck 3-9, 2-5. Eddie Lee 2-10, 1-6. See in the Big 12, Andreas won the Big 12, 8-7, 5-2. Ole Miss was 13-4, 5-2, run up in the championship. Vandy 11-4, 5-2. Man, them 17 games look crazy, boy. You play 17 games. Colorado was computer at the end of the year. Shelley, strong finish, 8-5, 4-3. Shout out to Shelley, man. He had to abandon Oklahoma because of the dreaded zombie glitch. So he'll be coming back with them Sooners in 26. They got John Mattia, Jaden Ott. They should be loaded. Quant, shout out to Quant, 76, 2-5 in the conference. Boog, 6-7, 2-5 in the conference. And Jaden, 1-11, 0-7. I don't know if I hadn't heard from Jaden. I don't think Jaden's coming back with us. We'll talk a little bit about next year too, about team choices and alignment. So Big Ten, obviously Keith took that, 13-3, 6-1. Hayes Jr., 8-6, 6-1. Nick 6-1, 9-4. Reggie 6-7, 3-4. This was kind of a down year for Reggie. I think if Reggie would have made the playoffs, he would have been in all 3 years. He was in the first 2 years. So shout out to Reggie. Nebraska, I don't know. I don't think they played a lot either, man. Who was Nebraska? EJ. Yeah, 4-8, 3-4. Shout out to Notre Dame. They came on. David came on strong, 8-5, 2-5 in the conference. He finished strong too, though, with a 3-game win streak. Syracuse, that was AD. He dropped out due to scheduling. He was 3-9, 2-5, and then Iowa was Kev. Shout out to Kev. He was 1-11, 0-7, but he took over Iowa late. So I'm pretty interested. He's gonna stick with us. I'm not really sure what team he's gonna take. So let's see. Then let's go down to the SEC. Shout out to Carson, 3-time playoff Contender, 12-2, 6-1. Jeremy went 11-4, 6-1. Adrian 8-5, 5-2, 4-game win streak. Uh, Heads, shout out to Heads, 8-5, 4-3, 2-game losing streak toward the end. Mavi had Florida State 7-6, 3-4, 6-game losing streak. Mavi's not gonna be back with us. Alabama, this was Drake. He took over Alabama. They were like 0-3 or 0-4 when he got them, but 4-8, 3-4. But that'll get you fired in Bama for real. But Drita had them from the beginning next year. Shout out to Walt, man, 4-8, 1-6 with Georgia. He had a lot of close games too. Walt definitely got better. And then Mike with South Carolina, 1-11, 0-7. Mike said he definitely gonna be better. He said he gonna lab up on us. So that was the conference standings. Let's go to Heisman winners. So Dylan Edwards took the Heisman. We'll get to his stats in a little bit when we go over the stats. Ja'Carri Brown, former Miami Hurricane quarterback, was a runner-up. On no other human players were even runner-ups to Dylan Edwards, dog. He ran away with it. So shout out to Keith on that. He lost him for injuries a couple of games right before the playoffs started. So that's something we're gonna do different next year. When I get ready to advance any games against a computer, I'm gonna turn injuries off when I advance and then cut them back on because we notice injuries happen a lot more in the simulated games. Um, Award winners. Let's check out the award winners. So player of the year obviously went to Dylan Edwards. Ja'Carri Brown was second. Jose Hamilton. My man Chris Johnson came in fourth. Tank Hawkins, Florida's running back, was a beast too. Um, See anybody else human? Yeah. Mustafa Jonas running back. Caden Durham, Agents running back, and then Keith's left end, Caden Curry. So good season, man, for those, man. I'm gonna miss Chris Johnson, man. Quant got them with SMU, man. Quant now has Chris Johnson. He transferred in real life. Head coach of the year, dude. This has to be a bug, man. How how is Syracuse head coach of the year, bro? What was their record? Hold on. That's got to be a glitch. Hold on. Go back to conference standings to the ACC. Syracuse. Oh, they wasn't in the ACC. Where did I move Syracuse? They in the Big 12. 3-9, 2-5. No, man, that's got to be a glitch. That's a glitch. That's got to be a glitch. So we just gonna chalk that up to the next person, which is Brian Burnside, which was Keith, and Jonah was second, Carson, Declan, then Jeremy. Jeremy just put head football coach on his. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I don't know how many of y'all plan on keeping the real coach. The real coach is gonna be in 26. But you can also create your own coach. So I guess the value will be in if you keep the coach, the real coach, you get all of the attributes and coaching skills that coach gets versus you using your own coach. So that's something we'll have to look at. But it's gonna be interesting, man, because I know we're taking coaches we're gonna take coaches us being fired off, but computer coaches will be able to be fired. So, after that first season, that's going to be dope, man. You can try to hire real coaches, real offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, on your staff. So that should be dope, man. I'm looking forward to that. Just interested in, the skills listed with each coach. Like, I know Mario Cristobal going to be a great recruiter, but my game day management would probably be an F. Cause he wouldn't take a knee. I mean, I don't know how bad they gonna ding me on that. But just stuff like that, man. Like, interested to see how that's gonna shake out. Best quarterback, Ja'Carri Brown. 9 days and counting. I see you, Shelly. Soon as back in 26, baby. I see you, man. I can't wait, man. I know we're gonna wait for the patch, man. Like all of the developers that's done videos have said, no matter how good a game is, you're gonna have bugs. So we're not starting to at least put out that first patch. We probably won't. We're not gonna wait long enough to get um, skills updates because we're gonna use those sliders to make sure our players progress based on how well we're playing with them in our dynasty, rather than waiting for them to update on what they're doing in real life. So whenever we start, we just waiting for the patch for the bugs. We're not waiting for a skills update because we're gonna put them sliders. I think we did what we did 150. I have to look at it. 150 because the max was 300, and that was pretty dope, man. I mean, people got better. I like that. But that's all stuff we'll talk about. I was actually thinking about once the game come out, having a Zoom meeting, man, because I want to make some changes on communication. Cause fellas, I gotta be honest, it's tough on me to have all of these different ways of communicating. So this season we're gonna use one form of communication. Is everything gonna be in the GroupMe app? I also created a Discord channel for us, and that's what I want to talk about. On this Zoom, do we want to use Discord? Discord connects directly to your PlayStation or your Xbox account. We can do all communication through there, or we're gonna stay on the GroupMe. I'm not doing no more individual texts. Only time I'm an individual text is, hey, what's up, man? You ain't play your game. What's the deal? This type of stuff. Or, texting each other to schedule games. But like all of this sending two and three groups because people won't check the GroupMe chat, that's not gonna happen no more. So we're gonna decide what we're gonna use. It's either gonna be Discord or GroupMe. If you're not familiar with Discord, look it up a little bit so you'll have a little knowledge about it. Before before we meet. But yeah, I'm gonna do a Zoom meet, man, so everybody can talk, whatnot, and I record it and just email it to everybody or whatnot that can't be on. But and then we're gonna have to vote on some stuff. Because Adrian, shout out to Adrian, he had a really good idea about conference development. Once we get all 32 players and everybody decide who they want to play with, um, I can just do a Zoom, man, and put all 32 names in the hat, all 32 schools in the hat. The first eight that come out, they in the conference. We could do it in alphabetical order. The first eight, ACC. The second eight, Big 12. Third eight, Big 10. Fourth eight, SEC. That way it's random. And then you're going to have 5 non-conference games. So again, everybody can send me names of people who they haven't played yet, because there's still people I hadn't played yet. I hadn't played Dred. Um, I hadn't played Nick. I hadn't played Jonah. I hadn't played Keith. Like, it's a bunch of people that I haven't played. So we kind of do that. And then, of course, when the game first dropped, I would like for us to just scrimmage a lot, man. Scrimmage each other. You ain't got to necessarily play with the team you're going to play in the league. Just have some fun, man. Some people can stream those games if they want. Another change we're going to do with streaming, too, is everybody, whoever is the home team, is streaming. Because what we're starting to find out is some people don't want to stream because they don't want people to see their play call screen. And that's not fair. That's not fair. And if you got bandwidth issues when you stream, then you need to tighten up your bandwidth or find another league. Because we're a streaming league and it's going to be even. You're going six of your games, you're going to stream, and 6 your opponent is going to stream. That's the way that's going to work. If you cannot do that, then let me know early. Because moving forward, that's what we're gonna do. That kind of was brought to my attention, and it's true. It's true. It's true. Like people don't want to see people to see you play soccer. Man, listen, man, that's real football, man. People scouting real football, dog. They have game tape on you. And I'm not saying I would not encourage anybody to stream on YouTube because the game stays up there. Then people can rewind and dissect your stuff. But Twitch, man, it's live. It's live. I mean, you got to change up your play calling accordingly. But just if you home team, you stream. If you visit, you not. That's gonna be one of the rules. And it's a couple of rules we'll put in there that I probably thought I didn't have to say, but it's a grown man's league. No trash talk on the mic and no rage quitting. Now, we did have a situation. Somebody had a crying child. Child wake up in the middle of the night. They losing the game. They just succeed. You know, succeeded the game. That's fine. If you want to concede the game, you just let your opponent know. Don't just rage quit and leave. Especially if you do it early on, because then the person don't get their stats. Somebody having a monster game, um, and then you rage quit in the second quarter. I'm gonna have to sim win it, and then if I didn't turn injuries off, they could get injuries, or they might not have the same stats, man. That people trying to win the Heisman, people trying to get their XP up for their players. So all around, that's not fair. So that will be in the rules this year. It's a grown man football. We don't trash talk on the mic. We win with class. We lose with class. If you can celebrate when you up by 20, then you can sit there and watch them take a knee. That's the way. That's the way it's gonna work. Um, but yeah, best quarterback, bro. Like these are all computer teams, man. Look at that. That's one change from this season. I want to say last season, Carson had a quarterback up there. Nick had a quarterback up there. A lot of people had quarterbacks. These are all computer quarterbacks, man. That's that's interesting. Arch Manning at TCU. Dare said, get missing in Arch Manning. I'm winning ACC anyway. Best defensive player now. These are all human. That ain't that crazy? The difference between human players on defense and offense, man. So Curry, Ohio State got the top three, bro. Then Oregon, Arkansas, Justin Logan, DJ Holmes, Elijah Groves. These are all human players, bro, for the defensive teams. And best defensive back. God, man, come on, man. The whole list is Ohio State and Ole Miss, dog. They whole secondary. Ole Miss corner Travaris Banks. Ohio State free safety, strong safety, both corners and the free safety. That's their whole secondary, bro. Then Florida had one, Auburn, two more Ole Miss, another Ohio State, bro. That's their whole. That's their back. That's their slot corner. Hey man, that's how that recruiting go though, man. When you win back to back, I guess that's what happened. And then Notre Dame had the safety on there. Best running back, Dylan Edwards, he won the Heisman. He deserved that. Tank Hawkins for Florida was a beast. Chris Johnson from Miami came in third. Mustafa Asamawa for Ole Miss. Kawan Lacey. These are all human though. Jeremiah Love, Caden Doing. We getting busy with the running backs. Jaheim White, Tristan Brown, Titus Sahara, Lane Gaddis for Auburn, and Darius Taylor was the only one who wasn't human for Minnesota. That's what's up. Best receiver, Tyler Brown for Clemson. Shout out to Rondo. Tyler Brown was the man. He was second. Patrick Clax from Buffalo was first. Rondo had the only two human control receivers on the list. Tyler Brown and Levi Payton from Ole Miss. And I'll go and look at the stats in a minute, but I think Tyler led the nation in receiving yards. Lombardi Award for defensive ends rather. Caden Curry took it for Ohio State. Execution was second. DJ Holmes, Elijah Rush, all these are human. Justin Logan, Elijah Moore, Demondo Blunt. Man, he missed like 3 games for me. Hurt. Simeon Bolware, Curtis Simpson, Malachi Williams. So only one computer player, Booker Pickett from Houston. Hey, he transferred from Miami, bro. That's Booker Pickett, dog. He was on my squad last year. That's crazy. I forgot he went to Houston. Golden Arm, same thing. All these quarterbacks, man, none of them human, dog. Defensive end, Caden Curry again. This pretty much the same list. Interior lineman, offensive lineman, Caden Green, Missouri took it. Freeland from Georgia, Ryan Rodriguez from Miami, Peak from Georgia. Best tight end, Bryson Rogers, Ohio State, Dylan Hip, Ole Miss, Tyler Duck, Notre Dame. Shout out to Bug. Now, if you don't get on Julian Randolph when you was playing Bug, his tight end doing work. This dude right here was doing work. Um, Cordell Russell, Deuce Robinson. Shout out to Chill Will with the tight end. Jared Joy for Carson, Luke Reynolds for Reggie, Kenyon Sadiq for Nick. Bros Award, best defensive coordinator. I'm surprised they didn't have some no-name dude up here again. Johnny Foster took it. Ohio State's whole offensive defensive coordinators have all of the top four positions. And then Carson. So that's about right. Jeremy is in there. Declan is in there. Best linebacker, Stover for Ohio State. All of these are human. Anthony Hill for Texas did work. Callahan Blair, LaFile for Texas, Georgia, Notre Dame, Terrence Love. So Stanford was the only one on here that's not a human user. Suntarine Perkins, he did work. Best center, oh man, Colorado beat me out. Ryan Rodriguez from Miami was second. Peak for Georgia. Then we had Cooper Cousins, DJ Chesson, LSU. Uh, Xander Miller from Florida, and Martin Abu from Texas A&M. Kickers, no human kickers. Dog, we got to get, fellas, we got to get our kick game up, dog. Punters, we don't have no punters neither. Oh, we do? Look at there. Eddie Lee, Jackson Ross had a punter on here. Way to go, Eddie Lee. Break into the kickers. That's what's up. What is this? Scam text. All right. Let's see. Best kick returner, T.J. Abrams. Boy, dude, this little dude got busy for Jeremy. He took a couple back um, that I saw. Shout out to Mike, Mazio Bennett, Logan Sade. Keep this dude. Man, I pride myself on kick return. In the 3 seasons, I only gave up 1 kick return for a touchdown, and it was this dude in the doggone bowl game, man. And it was pretty much the difference in the game, dog. Shout out to Keyshawn Robinson, dog. When he broke through there, I was like, man, you serious, man? I pride myself on staying in my lanes, not giving up no kick returns. I did. Ryan Nibley for Texas. Player of the year. Okay, we're back to the top now. All right. I have no idea how that dude from Syracuse won that. That's definitely a glitch. All right, so we did all Americans. Ja'Carri Brown was first team All American quarterback, bro. I got to see his stats when I get up there. Then that was Tank Hawkins, just doing the human people. Tyler Duck, Peak, Richardson, TJ Parker. Shout out to Rondo with 2 defensive players, Sammy Brown, TJ Parker. Shout out to Eddie Lee, Caleb Herring. Kildrick Falk was a beast for Carson. Brownlow Dindy for Texas A&M, Andres. Anthony Hill, Bryce West. So hold on. How come Ohio State only got 1 corner on here if they had the whole freaking best player cornerback list? Earl Culp from Purdue. He broke in. Champ Anthony with Carson, Jordan Castell. Then Eddie Lee with the punter. Second team, Chris Johnson made it. Let's go. Kwan Lacey. Me and Hayes got them second team All-American running backs. Julian Randolph represent for Bug. And Walt with the left tackle, Heads with the left guard, Carson with the right guard, Andreas with the right tackle, Logan for Shelley, left end, Chill Will, Elijah Hughes with the defensive tackle, CJ Allen, Kawhi Rousseau, Dan Harris for Georgia, Jaden Patterson, Jakari Nelson. Freshman team, we got, okay, yeah, this was Nick's freshman running back. Got the perm, but he got the perm going on. Man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm just gonna be straight up, man. The developers, I get it, man. They don't want to be politically incorrect, and they're trying to be real neutral with creating the races for some of these positions. But come on, man. We gotta be honest about running back and corner. Like, come on, man. We need a lot more uh Key Anthony's and Lamarcus's. Come on, let's be honest, man. I understand they trying not to be, but I heard a lot of the developers use their names for some of these computer generated players, which is pretty dope. But yeah, man, it's a little unrealistic, man. Some of the but I get it. It works both ways. It's a lot of black kickers, dog. It's a lot of black kickers on the game, and that's not happening in real life. So I get it. They're trying to cover themselves. Um, let's see. Center Liati Mati from Auburn, freshman. All of these dudes would have been ballers coming up. But we're not gonna get to my kicker. I drafted this dude right here. He is pretty accurate. Sean Funches. He kicked a couple 50 something yarders. Preseason first team. What is this? So this was all the people they thought in the beginning of the year was gonna be good. Ruben Owens had a good year. Dylan Owens definitely was on there. Concepcion, Aaron Anderson for Adrian. So I mean they was pretty spot on. A lot of these dudes right here on this list ended up being All Americans. That's dope. I never recognized that. Oh, they did a second team too. Nah, Grunkenmeyer didn't pan out like that. Let's see. Caden Curry was second team. He balled out above his projections. Anthony Hill did too. I had a punter. I had a punter on the preseason second team. I couldn't beat out Eddie Lee's punter. I don't know. I'm not gonna go into all of the conference stuff, but I mean, you get it, man. Some of the same players uh, that were All Americans gonna be all over their conferences. I do want to see the Big Ten. Hold on. How many Ohio States on there? Oh, not it ain't dominated by Ohio State like I thought. They spread it around. This dude was a beast right here too. Rick Darius Farmer, Dylan Rayola, quarterback. Oregon kind of dominating this list. A lot of Penn State, Oregon on the second team too. See who dominated SEC. Usual suspects. Oh, Florida State had a couple on there. Oh, that's the freshman. First team. Isaiah Boss. He did work for Carson. Tank. Cam Coleman. Word. All right, so let's go. Let's see. Let's look at some stats. Oh, hold on. Team schedule. I want to go back and look at my schedule, dog. So, man, I lost so many close games, man. I won big week one. This game right here, I had no business losing, dog. What I gave up I lost by a field goal at the end. I think I threw an interception. I did something stupid. Oh yeah, I threw an interception when I was in field goal range down there. Um, under 2 minutes. Hold on a second, fellas. That's my sister at the door, I think. Okay, I'm back, fellas. My bad. But yeah, man, this game, man, I just blew that one right there. There's no, I should have just ran the clock out and I could have kicked the field goal or just kept it on the ground, man, through interception. Then I lost again. Let's see, this one, what I do? I gave up 7 in overtime, and then got sacked on fourth down. But I mean, Audie, if you look at that score, well, was I winning? Not that one. What's that? 10, 24. I'm up 24-17, and gave up a touchdown to go to overtime, and then got beat in overtime. Then let's see, the next game was Colorado That was before they were computer. I got the win on that one. And then one against North Carolina. Then two games I lost by 7, back to back, 21-14. Bye, ladies. Have fun. You got your keys? All right. Okay, so this game, the Michigan game, bro, is the only one I just flat out got smoked. I just could not stop the run. Shout out to Jay, man. He ran the ball down my throat, dog. Look at this. What he had. 26 for 183. It was just a slow death, bro. Was he 4 for 8 on third down? And then 2 for 2 on fourth down. Like he would come up on 4th and 3, 4th and 4th. I just couldn't get him off the field, dog. Could not get him off the field. What his running back had? 122, 7 yards a carry, dog. Then the other one had 6 yards a carry. Bro, that right there was the worst loss I had all season. I got smoked. Um, Came back and won against NC State. Lost to the computer, 28-21. Got down 14-0. Of course, they did the magical pick six, pick up a fumble in the first quarter right off the bat. I got close, but I couldn't get a stop to get the ball back. Took a loss to the computer. That sucks. One against Tennessee and one against Texas, and then lost the bowl game. Why don't I have my bowl game on here? Hmm, that's crazy. What my bowl game was at? I gotta go back to the bowl weeks. What I played bowl week 1? Yep, 38-21. Now this was closer than it looked, cause I threw some picks trying to catch up. Dude, look, I was up 21-17 in the third and gave up 21 straight unanswered. Kick return, interception for a touchdown. Another interception led to a touchdown. So, bro, that was my season. I got better, man. First season I had a winning record. Went to the conference championship and lost to Clemson, lost to Rondo. Second year, backslid, 4-8. Survived not getting fired, and then had a chance to finish 7-6 and win 6-7. So 2 losing seasons, 1 winning season was my forte in college football 25. But it's a lot of fun. Let's look at stats right quick. Season stats. Let's go national before I look at my own. So so how he didn't win, how Walker Howard didn't have any running in quarterback of the year. Where's Jakari Brown at, dog? See these season stats. I don't know if they right. Here you go right here. What he had? 35, 20. Oh, he had 34 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Yes. 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 Who was that down there with 46 and 17? Nate Johnson. God dang, Quint. He threw 46 touchdowns and 17 interceptions, though. So, yeah, that 34 and 3 with 74% completion rate. Yeah. Yeah. That even though he threw 47, he threw 27 interceptions. That 3 interceptions, bro. But they almost threw for 5,000 yards, dog. CJ Bailey threw 51 interceptions. Get out of here, man. Jaden Rashada threw 49 interceptions, dog. Get out of here, man. Come on, man. Come on. Man, look. Keith won the championship with a freshman quarterback throwing 28 interceptions, bro. But threw for 35, had 40 touchdowns, 3,500 yards. Wow. Dog. 51 interceptions, dog. That's that's a lot of interceptions. 40 for Malenko, Reno, Nico, 31 and 32. Nick made the playoffs, going 31 and 32. That's crazy. So did Texas A&M, 35 and 32. That's crazy. All right, rushing Dylan Edwards, 1879, dog. 21 touchdowns. Clearly, 144 a game. 144 a game, bro. That and Jeremiah Love was second with 113 a game. So let's go back to these. So 1800. Jeremiah Love was second with 1400. 16 touchdowns. Carson with Lane Gainers, 1375, 15 touchdowns. Tank Hawkins, Jeremy, 12, 14, 14. This Darius Taylor dude, computer dude, was getting busy. Him and Buckley from Western Michigan. Then me with Chris Johnson, my first 1,000-yard rusher, 1,098 with 12 touchdowns. Then Ruben Owens had it that same thing, 1,098 yards. Wow, exactly same amount of yards. So we did our thing with the running backs. Tyler Brown, shout out to Rondo. I told you, 1506, 95 catches. Dude, how he didn't win receiver of the year, dog? Who was the dude that won receiver of the year? This dude. He had 18 touchdowns. Maybe that's why. Yeah, but bro, he only caught 68 balls. His average is lower. His average per game was lower. He's had three more touchdowns. Look at the yards after catch. It's no way Tyler Brown shouldn't have won receiver of the year, dog. With only two drops. How many drops did Clax do have? Yeah, 7 drops. And the computer be tripping, man. Who's this dude with 13 drops, bro? Let's see who had the most drops in college football at receiver. George Moe from Liberty University with 14. TJ Lott with 14. Grant Tucker with 13. Connor Cox. Come on, Mike. What's up with your tight end, man? Eating them Butterfingers. That's a lot of drops, dog. And now them only the double digit ones. See who had the longest catch. We had a 99 yard, I know. Louisville. Somebody, these are not right. Somebody human had a 99 yarder. Darius with Texas had a 99 yarder. I saw it. So a lot of these national stats be bugged, man. Especially, I'm not when we get to the defense, it's all bugged because the interceptions are not right. And then they don't have the pancakes on here. They just got downs played. These are no stats. How many sacks you gave up? But he gave up 18 sacks. He 84 overall. See anybody in our league gave up a ton of sacks? No, not yet. Nobody on this list. Where we not? Oh, Ole Miss. He gave up 8. Diego Pounds. Ole Miss again. Well, that's because he passed a lot. That's because Jonah passed a lot. In relation to how many times he dropped back, that's probably not bad. So defense is just bugged, man. I don't even want to look at it, man. Cause like I know somebody had more than 9 sacks, 12 interceptions. We had dudes in our league that's got way more interceptions than that, dog. Like no, no. I had a player on my team that had 3 touchdowns, so I know that's not right. Yeah, those stats are bugged out. Uh, team stats, offense, Ohio State. 6,000 yards. The two people in the championship cracked 6,000 yards on the season, bro. That ought to tell you. 5,000 yards passing, 1,000 yards rushing for Ole Miss. 3-2. 38 points a game to 38-7. Can't get no closer than that. 40 passing touchdowns, 33 rushing touchdowns, 56 pass touchdowns to 22. 297 first downs. Is that first? Yep. Who had the most passing touchdowns? Ole Miss. Ohio State had the most. Auburn actually averaged the most points a game, though. That's dope. Ohio State rushed for the most. Ole Miss passed for the most. Tennessee. Look at me. I'm down here at the bottom. What I had 31,905 passing, 1445 rushing, 25 points a game, 20 passing touchdowns, 18 rushing touchdowns. That's pedestrian. Adrian checks in with the number one defense. I see you, A. Only gave up 2,600 yards, dog, total. They see. Oh, I'm on the list. I'm not far behind. I'm down there. Me and Walt and Chill Will had them defenses, didn't we? Look at that. Let's see who gave up the most. Iowa gave up. And Ohio State gave up 5,415 yards, bro, and they won the national championship, dog. That's crazy. Passing yards. Hold on. Let me go back to where we were. 2,195. Who gave up the most passing yards? Ohio State. That's crazy. So pass defense, USC was first, LSU was second, Navy, Georgia, Tennessee, Clemson, Missouri. Oh man, Adrian had them run D's, except for the Michigan game, bro. 452 to 562. Adrian, we won two in the nation against the run, dog. Alabama, Ohio State, USC, Vanderbilt. Yeah, we got a lot of human players on this list. That's what's up. Who gave up the least amount of points? Navy. Then LSU with only 207. Rutgers, Clemson only 241. Nevada, Missouri, Miami. How am I on all these lists, bro? I'm on the list with playoff teams because I made stupid decisions. Sacks, 51 sacks. That's why Ohio State said that's why. We gave up them yards, but we got these sacks. I don't know if that's right, though. Sacks might be right. New Mexico forced 18 fumbles. See, fumbles happen more with the computer games. Look, cause no, ain't there hardly that many human people on there, man. 57 interceptions. See, that's how I know the individual defensive stats are they bugged. Dang, look at all these picks, man. 57, 51, 48, Vanderbilt, all of them playoff teams. All of them. These first, what, one, two, three, four, five, six teams or playoff teams. Missouri right there on the edge. Interceptions, dog. I only had 22. Conversions. Who converted the best on third down in our league? Notre Dame, West Virginia, Ohio State, Florida State, Penn State. Ole Miss, 43 third down conversions, bro. I mean, 23 out of 37. 62% on fourth down. Auburn, Penn State, West Virginia, all of those teams are high on fourth down. I'm low where I'm at. I know I'm low. Bro, I just scroll off the whole screen to find meat on her. Or was it? 53%? 8 for 15? I didn't go for a lot. 8 for 15. 1 for 1 on 2-point conversions. Uh, let's see who had a 2-point conversion percentage. Oh, that's going to be flawed. Go to attempts. 12 for 16. Quant going for 2 all the time. Him and Dave from Notre Dame went forward the most. Red zone efficiency. See, in our league, you got to go down. Dang. Shelly, 50%, 56%. Defensive touchdowns allowed, 12. Penalties. Bro, how Colorado State got 100 penalties? So, this is another issue. Computer simulated games have way more penalties than our games. Look at that, bro. You're not going to see a human team till you get way down here. Nebraska with 58. That ain't realistic, but I don't really want to mess with that, man, because you do have a holding penalty every now and then to call back a big play. I don't think we want to mess with that. Who had the see? That's not realistic though. Auburn, Missouri, LSU, Notre Dame, and definitely Miami. Four, 14 single digit penalties for the whole season, man. That's not realistic. That is not realistic, bro. Look at all the human teams, dog. Look how low the penalties are. That might be a good thing, though. Yeah, that's crazy. But single digit, man, that's unheard of. Turnovers, differential. Auburn, Florida, Ole Miss, playoff teams. Texas, ACC championship. Pittsburgh, winning record. Vanderbilt, playoffs. Clemson, winning record. Oregon, winning record. Bro, you got to be on the plus side. All of these plus side are winning records. National champion, plus 10. Watch, when we get on the other side, that's where I'm at down here probably. Notre Dame plus 5. About to go on the other side. 1, you barely treading water. 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. Oh, I was plus 1. Shelley was even, 20 and 20. Then you get to the minuses, bro. West Virginia was minus 4, still went 8-6. That's crazy. Florida State minus 7. LSU, Agent was minus 9 and went 8-5. I ain't know that, Agent. I ain't know you was. What you had? 28 giveaways and 19 takeaways. That's right. Minus 9. That's interesting. Texas A&M was minus 10. Normally the team minus 39, minus 34, minus 22, minus 19, minus 14. That's the difference. You got some outliers though, man. That's interesting. All right. That's about all, man. Let's see what else. Coach stats. Nobody getting fired. You can look at job security. Who would be getting fired? Iowa, South Carolina, Kentucky, all got F's. Tennessee with a D, Georgia with a C minus. Where I'm at, C plus. All these 100. Look at Shelly, 100%. B plus, A minus, A's. Then you got people with 100% with C pluses and mid majors. That makes sense. All right, fellas, I think that's about it, man. I don't know what else we need to look at. I mean, there's no need to advance. I am not doing no schedules for us to play for 1 or 2 weeks. Um, Shout out to 25, man. It served us well, man. We're going to always remember it as the first after the 11-year drought, man. So shout out to EA for bringing this back and for giving us the opportunity to have Who Wants to Smoke. So look out, man. I'll be sending out um, text for the 32 players. Once we get that lined up, then we'll go into choosing teams. Once we agree on the teams, we'll agree on the rules. We'll agree on communication platform, uh, and then we'll look at the start of the season, man. But on the 7th, man, July 7th, man, everybody hit each other up, man. Let's get some scrimmage games. I might stream some of mine, man. It's just for fun. I know everybody want to be on guard. Don't want everybody to see what I'm playing with, what I'm running. We're going to have a couple of weeks, man, to play around with it, man. I am not getting locked in to the glitches, man, like the zombie glitch and all the scheduling glitches, bro. It just ain't worth it. Um, but in the meantime, we can still play. Hopefully, they got the playbook thing worked out where you can play head-to-head online games with your own playbook, man. Um, so we'll see. That's what's up. Shout out to everybody, man, that played with us, man. Looking forward to it again. Let's keep this thing going. Peace out, man. Y'all have a good weekend. Be safe.